Adele, wow. I think a lot of the connection to the song of just her voice is just like, oh. Never mind, I'll find. Wasn't that just absolutely stunning? Kia ora and welcome. My name's ZoeStibi and I'm a vocal coach with over 18 years of experience in teaching people like yourself how to sing. So if you're interested in learning to sing with stability and confidence, because that's what you'll gain through singing lessons, check out the link in the description below because my online singing school, the Vocal Academy, is accepting new students and I'd love to see you there. Come and join me and do some singing. In today's video, we are going to take a look at Adele, someone like you, live in her home. She's amazing. Adele is one of the biggest performers on the planet at the moment. I had the joy of seeing her live in Munich, and it was one of the most uplifting experiences I think in my life. I really did not think that it would have such an effect on me, but I was just enamored and glued to her for the entire time. So let's see what she's up to. Well, this is quite a while ago now. Let's see what she was up to with her vocal technique with someone like you.
Someone Like You is the last song on the record, and it was, again, I guess I kind of got a little, when I was writing it, I was feeling pretty miserable and pretty lonely, which I guess kind of contradicts Rolling in the Deep, where I was like, I'm going to be fine without you. This one was me kind of on my knees, really. That relationship that the entire record's about, that is really summed up in Someone Like You, was changed me in a really good way. It kind of, it's really made me who I am at the moment, you know, and I'm sure there'll be another relationship, well, I hope so anyway, that helps change me and define me as well. But I can imagine being about 40 and looking for him again and turning up and he's settled and he's got a beautiful wife and some beautiful kids and he's completely happy and I'm still on my own. It's kind of about that.
Okay, so just before we hop into Adele's singing, I didn't realize that there was going to be that introduction at the beginning. But it's interesting to hear the way that she speaks, and now let's see the way that she goes into the song. A lot of people think that Adele changes the quality of her voice quite a lot, but I really believe that she changes more of the accent and the way in which she forms the vowels, but she's not actually changing much of the level of the vocal folds. We still have a thick vocal fold contact with a little bit of twang going on, and it's really about this speech quality spoken on pitch right at the start. Let's see if I'm right or if other people are right. I don't know. Let's see what you think.
That you settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you.
Oh my goodness me, isn't it just, I just love not only the sentiment in this song, but also just her voice is just like, oh. We're noticing that we saw her smoke as well at the beginning of the video. Adele used to smoke, she does not anymore. And that kind of little bit of scratch coming in there is most probably due to smoking. But as I said, she did confirm on her website when she actually used to write a blog that she has stopped smoking following her vocal surgery. So we've got this thick vocal folds that I heard that you're. We've got these quite open vowels contributing as well to that kind of sound. That little bit of twang coming in there as well, which is kind of natural a little bit in her accent. But we've got this very sort of low effort sound. I say low effort because it's only low effort because she's done a little bit of practice for it. Let's just listen to that again and really notice the way that she's very chilled in her posture and everything.
I heard that you settled down, found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you.
Oh, absolutely stunning there. We're hearing this, I heard, these little, I heard, bit of air coming in there at the beginning. Sometimes she doesn't really utilize the slack onset, so that your dreams came true, oh, that she gave you things. She's kind of gone down to quite a low volume to allow that little bit of slack vocal folds, but also it's probably a little bit due to the smoking that is really coming in, because we notice that the sound now is decidedly sort of cleaner. You could say, oh, like there isn't as much scratch. But if you would like to have like a then and now, before and after video of Adele, then let me know down in the comments.
Old friend, why are you so shy? It ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over.
Oh, wow. I think a lot of the connection to the song comes through the fact that she's written it, and therefore no matter, every time I've seen her sing this song, it's been just with so much emotion and passion and so much connection that's a lot of what we're feeling really when we're listening to it, is her spilling her heart out to us in this song. So when we've got this, why are you so shy? She does these little like glottal, kind of like almost stops in the middle of the sentence. Shy. She does utilize closing the vocal folds, but also stopping the movement of the vocal folds to kind of create that little bit of extra effect in the sound. Let's keep watching, because when she's going into the chorus, she's going to change them. And I'm saying, I know the song really, 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 really well. Okay. A lot of people want to sing the song. I'm also a massive Adele fan, so I know the song really well. We're going to get a lot of vowel modification now coming in, and we've had a lot of vowel modification going into this second verb, into the start of the song. And that's really what's giving us the sort of Adele sound, is the way in which she changes the vowels. But I don't recommend that you necessarily do that to like copy Adele. Try and maybe find your own way of doing it.
I hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah.
Gosh, this is just so stunning. We're up there on the A4. We're going, never mind, I'll find. Now, what we're seeing there is we've got more of a trumpet-shaped mouth. What we need when we go further up in the range, especially in the chest voice. And it sounds like the tongue is going backwards, but if we're going to watch it again, you're going to see that the tongue is relatively far forward, because that darkening of the sound tends to happen from a lowering of the larynx, and also just an ever so, slight compression here at the back of the throat, rather than it being like, oh, I'm going to swallow my tongue. Let's just listen to the, because you can really see in the mirror, it's beautiful.
And that you be reminded that for me, it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
Can you see that as well? She goes, like you. And that bringing of the mouth there, it helps to aid the flip up into the falsetto, but she does the flip up into the falsetto rather than staying in that belt quality. So it's like you can either bring the lips forward when you want to go into the head voice or falsetto, or you can go up there and then the lips coming forward will make it much easier. So like whichever way you want to kind of turn it around, that will help you.
Nothing but the best Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah.
So interesting. I wonder why she's doing this with her hands. Maybe it's to bring on the vibrato or coloring or whatever. We'll never know because I'm not Adele. But you can see the tongue coming really far forward in the mouth. We have to bring the tongue forward in the mouth in order to get enough tension on the tongue so that we have that thicker vocal fold contact here. We're also saying, I remember, we're getting these like almost contorted kind of body positions going on, and that's just a way that we're seeing that the energy is raising in the sound. She's using more energy, she's using more effort, there's more emotion going into the sound, but it's also a way that we can make it seem more effortful by adding in more of the body. So maybe she doesn't need it. Personally, I don't really think that Adele will need this. I think she could probably sing this doing a handstand with a head cold, and sing it beautifully like this. But this, helps to go into it. And that's why I like to say to my students, especially, like, don't try and stop these movements that your body wants to do. Like, allow them to come out. Because when you allow them to come out, you'll feel more comfortable about expressing yourself. Like, I don't know, with your hands. I suppose I do a lot of it because of YouTube and stuff like that. And performing as well, I think. Let's go into the second verse. It's just, I love this song. That's what I just want to say. You go, yeah. We've got, again, there's a little bit like less vibrato going on and also like a little bit of air coming through in that chest voice sound. Now, that could be a stylistic decision that she's made, but it could also be due to the smoking. So it's just a note to make.
You know how the time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I hate to turn out battle.
Can you feel that even in the second verse? Like, I hear so, like, literally over the years, so many people sing this song and they try and, I mean, they're not Adele, but they try and blow a gasket way too early. You're wanting to kind of do a slow build in this song because otherwise it's just you're speaking up here the whole time and it gets a bit boring. So, like Adele, I mean, she's just like the master, right? She's gone big for the chorus and she's come back down again for the second verse. So we're in the summer haze, bound by. She's moving through all of those vowels to add color to the sound. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say this is too far away from her natural accent, because if you have ever been to East London, this is like how they speak when they start to get a little bit more excited about things. And also, if you were really to speak with your like spoken accent, sometimes it causes the vowels to be too closed in order for us to actually make the sound that we're looking for. So opening up those vowels, modifying the vowels often helps us. But if you want a little bit more about vowel modification, that's actually one of the lessons that I have available for you in the Vocal Academy by Online Singing School. Check it out in the description below.
I hate to turn out out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over yet. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah.
Oh, before we get to the bridge, oh my goodness me. I was just thinking about this idea about Adele having a slightly darker tone. A lot of singers come into the studio and they're like, okay, I really just want this like dark tone that Adele has. I think it's a lot to do with the vowel sound, the vowel that she's chosen. This never mind, I'll find this, never mind, I'll find someone like you. You know, you've got this, I wish nothing but, rather, I wish nothing but the best. And as soon as I start bringing my tongue really high in the mouth, I'm going to brighten up the sound. But if I let the tongue be forward, never mind, I'll find. But the back of the tongue is still forward, but the tongue is like largely low in the mouth, not at the back, but at the front, largely low. I'm going to get that slightly darker sound. It's also probably due to a slightly dropped larynx position. But if you do struggle to find your chest voice, that's a free lesson I have available for you down below. But you must get the tongue higher before you can take it lower, because like this is a stamina kind of thing. So like her looking chilled as a cucumber comes through her training that she's done, not just because she's got the right, you know, just because she's also Adele, right?
Hurts and stayed, yeah. Nothing compares, no worries or cares. Regrets and mistakes that memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best.
Oh, I'm so sorry to stop it there. So when you go, nothing compares, no worries or cares, you get taking the volume right round down low, and that's giving us that kind of that lift off that we're going to need now to go into the chorus. But did you notice that she's talking as if she's having a conversation with someone? She's not going, worries or cares, regrets and mistakes, da, da, da. You know, she's accenting the syllables that she would accent if she was genuinely having a conversation. That's what I really recommend for you to do, is to think like every time you're singing a song, how would you actually say this? Would you go, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes? You know, what would you do in as an actual human being rather than a weird karaoke machine? Let's go back to the start of this chorus. Ah!
This would taste. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, goodness me. Wasn't that just absolutely stunning? She's the most fantastic vocalist. I think for all that I can say about vocal technique, especially here on the channel, you know, I don't like to talk about this idea of talent, because I think that the talking about talent negates the fact that these artists, and, you know, Adele has spent a really, really, really long, she went to a fucking performing arts high school. Like, she's worked so hard from about the age of 12 years, probably even before then, because she also plays drums and the guitar and all that sort of stuff, and she sings. So, you know, we can't negate the fact that hard work is really what pays off in the end. But yes, of course, there has to be a degree of talent to take us that little bit further. But really, I see this so often in the studio. I see singers who are talented, and they sit on their laurels and they just go, oh yeah, I'm talented, I'm already here. And people that are maybe like not as talented, they work really fucking hard and they end up being better than anybody that is talented. So if you have talent and hard work, that's when you reach the heights of Adele. We actually, and also I can't say that, we don't know what it really is that causes someone to be a good singer and maybe struggle with singing. We know what it is like with all sorts of sports because it's to do with the bone structure and the flexibility and stuff like that. We know that, but we don't really know it about singing. So no matter what you're going to write in the comments, I'm up to date with all of the latest science when it comes to singing and what we're talking about with the voice. And we really do not have any idea what causes someone to be a good singer or not. We have ideas about symmetry, but it's just ideas. That was just me. I was just thinking about it, like she has got this beautiful talent. She is amazing and she is very, very spellbinding to watch. It's just such wonderful energy coming out of her. When you're hearing at the end there, she makes a really obvious decision to repeat the chorus twice. And you can really feel the energy rising in her like in the way that she's presenting the song. And also, she sort of, the piano drops out and then she repeats it again, almost like there's a hurriedness to it. And I think that's a really lovely storytelling technique. But all in all, we've got this very similar kind of sound throughout those two choruses, which I felt like we discussed quite a lot in detail. And you're sort of seeing, these like things with she's doing with her head. That's got really nothing to do with her singing technique, I don't think. But obviously I'm not Adele, so I don't know. You'd have to ask yourself. But I genuinely believe that it's more just to do with the acting that she's coming in there. Do you notice as well, like there's no pumping or anything like going up there in the stomach region because you don't really need it. I mean, we're doodling around like that A4, B4. Now, when she's singing, it sounds like it's really, really high, but it's not. It's like right on that passaggio range. So if you're struggling with the song, then I'd say take this down like a half step, 2 half steps, a tone, and then you might find it a little bit easier for yourself. Likewise, you can also raise the song. So that might sit a little bit better in your chest voice register. But Adele, can't wait to have a look at some more Adele. But we've had a look at a lot of her on the channel. She's like, I just absolutely love her. She's amazing. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. Honestly, like 90% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. It really does help me to help more people like yourself here on YouTube with free vocal technique. If you're interested in learning more about singing lessons and how you can work with me, check out the link in the description below because my online singing school, the Vocal Academy, is the only way that you can work with me at the moment. I am currently accepting new students to the Academy. Check out some more Adele up here and have an awesome rest of your day. Just remember, anyone can learn to sing. Talented or not talented? That'd be the question. I can help you sing. Have an awesome rest of your day. Happy singing, Kakitano.